Tulsi? How have you been? How's the
I've
journey so
been
far?
actually when I first started, because so I come from a household in which my mom, my dad, and everyone is very physically fit. And because they were so much into physical fitness, I kind of became against it. And I was like, no, I don't want to be physically fit. I want to eat. And so I developed a sort of like a very poor eating habit. Whenever I used to be stressed, I used to binge eat. And it was very weird, but I never thought I had a problem until I got married and came here. And I remember there was this one day where I used to eat so much when nobody's at the house, nobody's looking or nobody's checking. And then my husband came and he's like, why do you need to hide and eat? If you want to eat, just eat in front of me. Why are you hiding and doing it? Over the years, I mean, I was diagnosed with PCOS, I think, when I was in 2009, so maybe 18 or 19. Until then, I had like regular periods. I had everything was on time. And then the moment I got PCOS, that's when cramps started building. Symptom for me was irregular periods and mood swings. These were like my two really bad symptoms. I was literally looking for something and I said, there has to be a more natural way to do this. There cannot be just pills and, diet fads. And that's when I started Googling and I found freedom from PCOS. And then I saw all the posts. I've done all these diets and fads. Let me just give it one more shot. And that's how I signed up for the program. And I think this has literally changed my life. I just had irregular periods and I had very low progesterone as well. So that has, I think right now it has increased over the last 4 months. It has increased quite a bit. And then everything else was really good. Like my mood swings, I think the Gayatri ma'am's entire speech and also her audios really helped, because I think they set a tone for the day, and the gratitude was, I think, the biggest winner for me in terms of actually getting my mood swings in check, or making sure I don't react so negatively to things or so aggressively towards things. So it was really nice.
Superb. So Tulsi, if I ask you, you've done so many programs. What, as per you in this program, made it sustainable for you, or made it ensured that you do it? Because you stay in Germany, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
So you did all the sessions recordings. You did not attend.
Yes.
So the two questions I have for you: what kept you going back to recording? Because a lot of women in India say that, will I be able to do it? But there are people like you who are staying abroad doing the program.
Mm-hmm.
What made you do it? And as per you, what is it about this program which is unique as per you?
So in terms of uniqueness, I think this program isn't about just diet and isn't about just exercise. It's about a lifestyle. And I think that is when you have this mindset, I want to do it temporarily, you will go for the wrong things. But when you say that I want to live a healthy life, then this is the kind of thing you need to choose, because it doesn't take into account just your diet and your exercise. It takes into account your emotional stability, which I think as women, we really need to focus on, because everybody expects us to play like millions of roles. And with all that comes the stress. But nobody really knows how we deal with the stress, nor do we know how we deal with the stress. So by having this gratitude and having, the emotional aspect, I think that really helped. I think that having yoga, not all the days, but rather in intervals, and having a bit of dancing, having a bit of gym, having a bit of Zumba, or those sort of things, that really helped me to be like, okay, now there's a variety, and this variety made me excited.
Tulsi, you already have put some messages on FFP, or already inspiring a lot of women. But if you have to give one message from your life journey with your learnings, one message that you want to give to all the women who will be hearing this, what would be that one message from a woman to a woman?
I think just take that chance, genuinely embrace yourself in this program, because you have nothing to lose. There are two things that it can happen. And from what I've seen, it's worked out for almost everyone. And if we prioritize it and we're happy from the food we eat and the energy we have throughout the day, automatically our mindset also changes. And when that mindset changes, you tend to have such a positive outlook and you receive so many new opportunities. So I think that's really important. And I think the second message would be just trust yourself and know that when you're doing something like this for yourself, initial resistance from yourself where you're like, are you sure you can do it? Are you 100% going to do it? Yeah, and I think it's normal because we are not going to be used to such a vast difference in how we used to be versus how the healthy lifestyle is now. And I think once you are able to set that for yourself, then you will for sure do really well in the program. And I think everyone should try it out. Yeah.